Welcome everybody to Neutral Sports. And Liverpool have gotten a dramatic point that they didn't even deserve. They didn't even deserve the point in this game. Newcastle bossed them. Newcastle gave Liverpool a fright. You you think about this. Liverpool are a good team. But then, it's a massive stress. It's a massive stress for a new manager. So, both team managers, but if you think about it, Iraola's got more stress with Liverpool in his first game than Gisele. The first goal, poor mistake from Gakpo. But what I really appreciate Gisele, what I really, really appreciate Gisele, what he did in this match, Newcastle manager, is that I don't think Elanga got the match appreciation he deserved when he was at Newcastle last season. You look at Newcastle transfer window, they sold 3 of their best players, Gordon, Guimaraes, Tonali. They didn't use Elanga a lot. It questioned me. It made me feel like, why didn't you use the fastest player in the Premier League 2 seasons ago? Why did you buy Elanga last season but not use him properly? But yes, you had Gordon and Barnes and Osuna, which is fine. But if you want to use pace, then you could have used Elanga. It's a good goal, and it's counter-attacking football mistake from Gakpo, but it was a mistake from Gakpo. Using Elanga's pace against Carquez was perfect. He thought, okay, I'm outside. But he knows a guy like Van Dijk, a guy like Carquez will never, ever, ever get past Elanga. Talking about last season's transfer window, Isak the Rat. Poor from Isak. Surprised Isak underperformed. Didn't really do much. I mean, he had 4 shots in the game. I thought that playing against an old team motivated him. I think with Isak, he has to get used to playing for Liverpool. He's no longer a tune. He's more of the Swedish Scouse. But I think when you look at Liverpool's attacking options, Gakpo made a good finish to make it 1-1 outside the box. Henrik couldn't save it, but then you look at this, the way Henrik it was not off the ground, but it was a good finish. But I think with Liverpool attacking wise and defensive wise, you look at why Liverpool had problems in this match. The reason why Liverpool had problems in this match, one, and then Ngayoma. I respect Ngayoma. Yeah, I respect Ngayoma. I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry for butchering the name, Ngayoma. But I think with Ngayoma, he's a good footballer. Don't get me wrong with Ngayoma. He's a good footballer. Massive respect to Ngayoma, yeah. But what I'm concerned with Iraiola's doing with Ngoma, is like you're putting so. I'm talking about Iraola having so much pressure in his first game. Salah is Liverpool's best right winger. Yeah, there's no one like Salah for Liverpool. Salah's a one of a kind Liverpool player. When he went to Trabzon, to Turkey, it left a massive gap for Liverpool to have to either buy a right winger that's better than Salah, buy a right winger that's equally matched to Salah, use Chiesa, which is fine, but if you use Chiesa, then you have to get a right winger back up for Chiesa. Or you're going to put like 90-minute pressure on Ngayoma. That's a risk. I like Ngayoma. I'm not gonna deny and say Ngayoma's not good. He's a good footballer. But that's a massive pressure, man. You're paying. How old is Ngayoma? How old is he? Ngayoma is Ngayoma is 17 years old. You're putting pressure on a 17 years old kid. And yes, fine, Ngayoma did score in the last game when Liverpool played against Newcastle. I'm saying it's pop. That's risky. That is risky to put a 17 years old kid in a match like that. That's it. Sorry, that's the back to video. Sorry, you're paying a 17 years old to live up to Salah's expectation. That is risky, guys. That is risky from Iraola. But the second problem with Iraola's got is that you've got Jacquet, you've got Van Dijk, you've got Kerkez, you've got Frimpong. That is a risky move, especially the fact that Liverpool sold Robertson. That's risky. But I think when you go back, you talk about risky moves, you talk about Newcastle with Desayel. Desayel is a good manager, but when he was in League One. But I think with playing like Stuart Miley, Stuart's a good centre defensive midfielder, but I think with Miley, that is risky because they sold Guimaraes and Denali. That is a massive risk for Newcastle to put a counter-attacking option. That's one of Liverpool's biggest weaknesses. For example, the second goal that Joel Willock scored, good goal, 2-1. But I think that is a massive risk. I mean, Whistle's a massive player when he's at Brentford, but Satan Langa, he didn't get enough starting roles at Newcastle because of injury. That's when Mortamada replaced him. And Joe Willock, I mean Joe Willock's more of a bench player than a starting 11 player. But he came on, scored a good goal. But I think Liverpool's defence, It's risky. Liverpool's defence is risky because they've got a good team, but I think that it's falling apart. The defence, counter-attacking football. The penalty was lucky. You look at the penalty by Liverpool, Hall sticks out his leg. Poor choice from Hall, but what would you expect? Because Hall would have made a mistake and Liverpool would scored. Scoring 2-2, but I think it's a massive pressure for both teams, massive pressure for Jasael, Miley, Ngoyoma, and Iraola, but poor trades from both managers. Thanks guys for watching this video. Subscribe button if you're new, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Phone drop, sorry. But the next match is Tuesday, West Ham versus Southampton, then West Ham, Watford, then Newcastle, Tottenham. Peace, I'm out. Lucky point.